Hey, what's up guys? RhythmActual here again, and today's video is going to be my scrapper build along with showing what each ability does and how to chain combos together a bit. I've been testing the waters a little bit with this class, and man, I can't lie to you guys, I think this is the most underrated class in the game. The amount of super armor and counters that you have to some of the more annoying classes like Artillerist and Blade are just like bar none. Couple this with the amount of mobility you get off your 4-second charge, and this class ends up being really difficult to deal with when it's in the right hands. To start off, here is our build we have that I'm currently running. I primarily run this in the 3v3 mode, and I'm not sure if there's a more optimal build route for the 1v1 mode, but this build still works exceptionally well for 1v1s. I've been spending a lot of time prepping for a Lost Ark PvP tournament taking place this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern that I'll be streaming on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RhythmActual, if that's something that you would be interested in watching. So without further ado, let's get to the build. So first up, as always, we're going to be going over our stat tuning real quick. Swiftness 750 maxed out, domination 249, 1 in crit, and again, that is just so that you always have a chance to crit, because having some crit is better than having no crit, right? To get into it, we're going to start with charging blow, 10 skill points, excellent mobility, destroyer, and death band. Next up, we have fierce tiger strike, amplified damage and focus, 7 points in that one. Next up, dragon advent, 7 points, excellent mobility and tenacity. Next up, we have instant hit. We're going to be doing wide hit, precision, and tracking instinct. 10 points into round up sweep, single hit, circumstantial judgment, and reinforced hit. Next up, we have death rattle, true sight, tenacity, and shock explosion. Next, we have chain destruction fist. We have endless rage, tenacity, and shaking ground. Next up is true rising fist. We have lightning fist, air raid, and dragon's fury. And then for your ultimate, you're going to be running undefeated dragon king. Okay, now that we've got the build out of the way, I want to go over the class identity real quick. Look, so we have our yellow chi gauge and we have our green chi gauge. As you can see, this is what it's going to look like when you start a PvP match. You're going to have all yellow. So if you want to start the game with a little bit of the green juice, you're going to pop your fierce tiger strike and your charging blow in the little gate area before the round even starts. And the reason you're doing this is because to generate green juice, you need to use your yellow abilities. Here we go. We're going to spin some yellow. As you can see, our yellow is regenerating slowly, and our green we've built up. So now we're walking into the enemy team, and we have the ability to do a true rising fist, to do a chain destruction fist, to use roundups. We have all these abilities. Now watch what happens when we use our green abilities. Right, we're using our green juice to use green abilities. And now we're going to regenerate. So as you can see, you have to use both skills constantly in order to generate enough energy to use them, right? So just something to keep in mind. You want to make sure before you engage, you need to be thinking, do I have enough energy to fight? Do I have enough energy to hit a full combo if I need to? Primarily slam, I think, is a really good way to start your engages. If you can get, a little knock up in or however you want to do it. That's just a quick roundabout way of how it works. I'm sure there's some intricacies and some tricks to keep your gauges up and keep you juiced up all the time like a Giga Chad, but I don't know them particularly. All I know is that the fierce tiger strike is a really good way to generate green energy because the cooldown is so short along with your charge. You don't want to be like wasting instant hit just to get some green juice, and this is a 16-second cooldown on your jump, so you don't want to waste this to get the green juice, but this is an 8-second cooldown, and honestly it's kind of hard to hit unless they're knocked down already. And then you have your charge that's on like essentially a 4-second cooldown, because by the time the animation's done, you're already like generating it off. Just to keep that in mind, use these to build your green juice. So again, fierce tiger strike and charging blow. Really quickly, I just want to go over the abilities themselves. I'm not doing like a full guide. I'm just giving you guys an idea and some ideas of how to play the class and how to set yourself up for success. So we're going to go over the ult real quick. As you can see, it's a big AoE area, so maybe you could play off of a teammate's stun or something like that, or if you know the enemy player does not have a knock, you can knock them up yourself and then do this. That's kind of how you're going to want it to look. They get up a little quicker than normal players, but that's besides the fact. That's how you want to set up your ult. It does have a cast time, so you need to make sure they don't have a roll before you cast it. Next up, we're going to be going over our dragon advent. This is a pretty good jump and gap closer, and it also knocks enemies up when you land on them, like so. So that's one knock up you have in your kit. That's one kind of CC, right? Then we have our charge here, which is also a knock up when it hits on a 4-second cooldown, by the way. So we have 2 knockups in our kit, and now we have this true rising fist, which is a uppercut into a slam. So if you wanted to combo somebody with this, you could charge, and before they're even off the ground, for them to roll, you can get them out of the air. Next up, we're going to be going over our stun instant hit. This thing is monstrous. For a couple reasons. One, it's on a pretty low CD, 20 seconds for a pretty large stun. I mean, technically it's 3 seconds, but with the stun duration, this is a 5-second stun, right? So you can actually engage with this if you're kind of in the melee of things. Look at the distance that you can get off this. This is a 5-second stun, by the way, and also a gap closer. Like, bruh. The stun it's important for a few reasons. One, obviously, it's a huge stun. Two, you can peel your teammates if they're in like a, let's say an artillerist is setting up a combo on your teammate. You can actually jump in and then dash out to stop the full combo and let your teammate get a chance to roll. It's very useful. Next up, we're going to be going over Death Rattle here. You're going to combo this with your stun. So here we go. Okay, this hits really hard, by the way, Death Rattle. So you want to make sure that you're coupling it with the stun or on somebody who's knocked on the ground and can't get up, right? So if I wanted to, it'd be like this. That would be my combo. Now, you might have seen me hit Fierce Tiger Strike. So let's read this real quick. Amplified damage. On hit, damage from all party members plus 6% for 8 seconds. Damage inflicted to the target. So here, I'm going to hit him with this. And you're going to see there's a debuff on him now, right? You see the rolling debuff? That means that person is going to be taking more damage from you and your teammates. So you want to kind of set yourself up for combos like Charging Blow into a True Rising Fist, into a Fierce Tiger Strike, into a Slam. That's a perfect case scenario combo. Or we can go with something like this. Knock. Into that. Next, we're going to kind of go over another combo. You can instant hit Fierce Tiger Strike into Death Rattle because Fierce Tiger Strike also knocks down foes. So that target is going to be taking more damage off your Death Rattle. Something else to note with Death Rattle, you actually do get push immunity and tenacity off of this. So you get super armor when you're casting this. You can see it around me there. So also another really good ability to keep in mind in the back of your head. Now, the Roundup Sweep. This is kind of an interesting ability. As you can see, it's like a ranged push. I like to use this as a finisher and as a way to peel for my teammates. Let's say we're kind of like falling back a little bit and, you know, the other team just used their ults and one of my teammates is getting chased really hard. I'm on an off angle. You can actually just like knock them, like push them back and then get out before they can do anything about it. Most people are not going to engage with their super armor when they're like trying to close the gap. So you can like stall for your teammates a lot with this ability. But one thing I forgot to mention with our True Rising Fist is you can actually change direction in the air. So let's say you're going to knock this person up, right? And I'm facing this way. So when I knock, they're going to go in the direction they're facing, right? So they're going to go over there. And that's me only pressing this button once. Now, if I press it twice, I'm going to follow up and slam. And the slam does a considerable amount of damage. But something that's cool is, let's say this person's teammates are over here and I'm kind of knocking into them. And one's a Sork, so she might put something on the ground. Or there's a Paladin using an ability, or he's about to ult on top of his teammate. And I need to not eat that ult. Here's what you can do. You can actually go a different direction. So it's going to follow wherever your mouse goes. But this is a really good way to kind of bait enemies. And you know, if you are paying attention and you feel like if you were to dive on the person you're knocking up, it would end up hurting you more than anything, you can just use this as a way to stall. It's knocking them away and stunning them. So it gives your teammates a chance to peel. So if you needed to peel, like they're getting full combo, you just run in, knock, and you can actually get out if the situation's like bad. Like let's say there's like an artillerist turret on the ground or something like that. You just need to get out of the area. You can actually use this ability for that. Now, if you wanted to chain some cool combos together to like really get out, you can be very mobile with this class and you can cover some serious distance in very little time. And one last thing I need to mention before we go is you actually get 2 dashes off your spacebar on this class. So as you can see, I'm getting 2 here. Couple that with you can get a lot of mobility. This was a very basic, simple thing just so you guys could see the class, so you guys could understand the class a little bit. I actually think it's one of the most slept on classes in the game, and there's a lot of intricacies and things that can make it very good. So if you guys have a power pass, if you have a boost available, don't be afraid to use it on the Scrapper because this class is a lot better than people are making it seem. Also, one last thing, if this video helped you, if you're Scrapper Warlord and you have some builds and you think my build is horrible, let me know in the comments below. I would love to check out your build. Honestly, I don't see a lot of scrapper PvP content, so it's been kind of hard for me to track down like a good solid build. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. If you think my build's crap, let me know. It's all good. If you enjoyed the video though, I ask you, please like and subscribe. I would love to keep making Lost Ark content. I'm very passionate about this game. I think it's an absolute blast, and you guys are motivating me to play every day and keep making content and keep doing our daily videos that we're doing. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments.